Today I invite you to join me on a journey to explore the depths of our minds and hearts. A journey to understand and control our emotions. In the teachings of the Buddha, we find a wealth of wisdom that guides us in mastering the storms of the mind and cultivating an enduring peace. Emotions are part of our humanity, but they need not govern us. Instead, we can harness them as tools for growth and liberation. Let us begin by understanding the nature of emotions. Emotions are like waves on the surface of the ocean. They rise and fall, often triggered by external circumstances or internal thoughts. Yet beneath the surface, the ocean remains vast, still, and undisturbed. Similarly, within each of us lies a deep well of calm, an unshakable peace that can remain untouched by the turbulence of emotions. This is our true nature, our Buddha nature. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment and aversion, the twin forces that bind us to the cycle of dissatisfaction. When we cling to pleasant experiences or push away unpleasant ones, we create turmoil within ourselves. Emotions such as anger, jealousy, and fear often stem from these forces. They cloud our judgment, distort our perspective, and lead us to act in ways that we may later regret. To control our emotions, we must first understand their roots. One of the most profound tools the Buddha gave us is mindfulness, the practice of being fully present with whatever arises in the moment, without judgment or resistance. When a strong emotion arises, instead of reacting impulsively, pause, take a deep breath, and turn your awareness inward. Observe the emotion as it is, without labeling it as good or bad. Notice its qualities, its intensity, its texture, and how it manifests in your body. Is it a tightening in your chest? A heat rising in your face? Simply observe. By doing so, you create a space between the stimulus and your response. This space is powerful. In this space, you can choose how to respond, rather than being swept away by the emotion. The Buddha likened this practice to being like a lotus flower that grows in muddy water, but remains unstained. When you cultivate mindfulness, you can remain grounded and unshaken, no matter what emotions arise. Another essential practice is compassion, both for ourselves and for others. When you experience a difficult emotion, be kind to yourself. Understand that it is natural to feel anger, sadness, or frustration at times. These emotions are not inherently bad. They are simply part of the human experience. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, with gentleness and understanding. At the same time, extend compassion to others, recognizing that they too are navigating the same turbulent waters of emotions. Consider anger, one of the most challenging emotions to control. Anger often arises when our expectations are unmet or when we perceive a threat to our sense of self. But if we look deeply, we can see that anger harms us more than it harms anyone else. It burns within us, consuming our peace and clarity. The Buddha taught that holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. When anger arises, do not suppress it, but also do not act on it. Instead, breathe deeply and examine it with curiosity. Ask yourself, what is the source of my anger? What expectations or fears lie beneath it? By shining the light of awareness on your anger, you can begin to dissolve its power over you. Equally important is cultivating equanimity, a balanced and even-minded state. Equanimity arises when we accept life as it is, without clinging to what we like or pushing away what we dislike. It is the understanding that everything is impermanent. Just as a storm eventually passes, so too will any emotion, no matter how intense it feels in the moment. When you hold this truth in your heart, you can face emotions with calm and steadiness. Meditation is a key practice in developing equanimity and emotional control. In meditation, we learn to observe the mind without becoming entangled in its contents. When you sit in meditation, emotions may arise like clouds in the sky. Let them come and go without clinging to them or trying to push them away. Over time, you will find that your mind becomes more spacious and less reactive. The Buddha also emphasized the importance of right understanding. To control your emotions, it is essential to see them for what they truly are, example, when you feel sadness, remind yourself that this sadness is not who you are. It is merely a passing state. Just as clouds do not define the sky, emotions do not define your true nature. This understanding allows you to remain grounded and free, even in the midst of emotional storms. Finally, remember that controlling your emotions does not mean suppressing them or denying them. It means learning to navigate them skillfully, with wisdom and compassion. It means transforming them into opportunities for growth and understanding. Anger can become a teacher, showing you where you need to heal. Fear can become a guide, pointing you toward areas of courage. Joy can become a reminder to cultivate gratitude and presence. Let me leave you with this. The journey to emotional mastery is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about showing up each day with a commitment to understanding yourself and the world more deeply. It is about walking the path of the Buddha, one mindful step at a time. May you find the strength to face your emotions with courage, the wisdom to understand them with clarity, and the compassion to hold them with kindness. In doing so, may you uncover the boundless peace and freedom that reside within you.